Hi guys, welcome back to more episodes of The Americans. This season is quite intriguing because what's changed is them pretty much trying to see out the missions that they've got, not taking anything new on. We've still got all this issue going on with Paige and the pastor, and now with this new virulent bioweapon that they're trying to get the access key code for, which Elizabeth has had to do it in a way that she was not comfortable with, sleeping with her husband in effect, but drugging him because he wasn't going to go for it any other way, was he? It kind of feels, I don't know, it feels different than the other three seasons, but I'm still enjoying it thoroughly. So anyway, we're going to carry on, dive straight into episode 10. She must sense.
I have to do some work.
Yeah, she must sense that something's not right here.
Well, he said, well, at least we know you have the good reflexes.
You told me your dad died when you were 6. What did he do for work?
She's inquisitive about all the personal aspects, not everything
I come
else.
from a city called Tobolsk in Siberia. But my dad worked very hard, and when he came home, he was tired. It wasn't about what you liked, it was about hard work and protecting your family.
Yeah, you've got
I had a job after school at this thing we called a cooperative. And is William ready?
He's been monitoring the shift changes at the lab. He thinks he'll be ready at best a few days, worst a few weeks.
Last time, we did nearly start an epidemic.
Oh, you think I forgot?
Yeah,
it's supposed to be 10 times worse.
Yeah, you gotta be careful.
The best deterrent is strength.
Hey, you got plans tomorrow night?
Not really.
You want to grab a drink?
Okay.
Great. There'll be 3 of us. You, me, and Martha's dad.
There's a word for what you just did, Stan. Entrapment.
Yeah.
Tim is missing in Ethiopia.
What? Oh, my God.
He and Alan Woods decided to go to another village on their own. If you have anything to do with this...
What?
Alice.
I don't want to hear your stories.
Alice, what are you talking about?
And I know that you have people all over the world.
Would you please lower your voice?
No.
Henry is...
I don't care.
No, she doesn't.
Well, I called the embassy for help. And they told me to call the State Department. And they told me that Ethiopia is a client state of the USSR. I made a tape. I gave it to a lawyer. It's addressed to the Justice Department.
Oh, fuck.
It says exactly who you are.
Alice,
Please.
fuck.
I'm sorry, Paige. If Tim doesn't come home, or if anything happens to me, that tape goes to the Justice Department.
Oh, you're dead. Who the fuck is Alice? Well, there you go. Right in front of Paige's face.
Мне нужно, чтобы сюда приехал кто-то из твоего отдела в Москве.
Зачем?
Мне нужна женщина-специалист по ИВМ с отличным английским, в идеале лет 50-60. Ты ведь уже просек, зачем я здесь? Или тебе Аркадий рассказал? Скажем так, что я работаю в одном из тех отделов, о которых никогда не говорят.
Но зачем тебе здесь нужен свой человек? Ведь американцы, они не разрабатывают биологическое оружие. И у нас договоры на этот счет.
Я не знаю. Мое дело — получить образцы.
Pastor Tim is missing and Alice is upset.
This is not good.
It's awful. I feel awful for her.
Well, of course. The baby coming?
But you know already, instantly when she told us about this, what both Philip and Liz were thinking. Not necessarily what Paige was thinking. She's thinking it's through, possibly via her parents. But we know they were thinking something entirely different. I did say at some point the control could be taken away and the decision made without them.
Is there any way?
Paige.
Let her
Yes,
finish.
there is. There is.
Is there any way what?
I don't know.
You're to do with this or the agency?
Say what you want to say.
The center?
I don't know what kind of people the Russians have in Africa. I I wonder, okay? I don't know.
This is a disaster for us.
For you?
No, I meant if you...
Look, this is pretty good for you, actually. That's the thing. He knows your secret. He disappears.
Paige, that's crazy.
No,
what, do you think
it's
we kidnap
not, though,
people
is
and
it?
what? That we kill them?
That doesn't sound that crazy to me.
No.
It's not true.
But how am I supposed to know? I mean, she comes in here and... I don't know. How would I know? Tell me, how would I know?
Paige, listen to us. We can make this happen, even if we wanted to. Paige!
Paige is... Paige is on point with this, I'm afraid. And you know she is.
I just can't believe it. After we bent over backwards not to do it.
So she wouldn't hate us.
The reason why I'm saying this is because of the current situation that we are now in, where you two have been told no more new missions, that you're going to step it down and you're going to back it off and just see out what you already have. But because this is an ongoing thing with the pastor and his wife and Paige, and you're trying to keep him happy, and now all of a sudden this happens, Paige is wondering, is it you two? Is it the center? Is it Russia? And now even Philip's asking the question, but if it is, they're going to take care of her next, because they don't want you to involve with it. And if they choose to do so, there's not a goddamn thing you can do about it.
We'll have Gabriel see what they can do.
If he's alive.
At least it's something to offer Alice.
Put it this way, she's threatening to go to the State
I'm
Department.
thinking we may have to run.
You're in trouble here. The minute you threaten a state that you're going to go and do what she said and go to the Justice Department, you expect to get fucking popped.
Yes.
It's being incredibly naive.
Is Alice here?
It could
She's
also
in with Mrs.
have
Woods and Assistant Pastor Dale.
nothing to do with
I'll
it.
just come back after school.
It could be a coincidence.
I promise I'll call if we hear anything.
I just want to say I love you and Pastor Tim so much.
I know, sweetheart.
Nothing you can say that makes it okay at all at this point.
I find it hard to understand. You haven't heard anything yet?
Typically, we don't in cases like this.
People disappear for all sorts of reasons. She could be
He's
drugged
making
or
excuses.
kidnapped.
Based on the evidence,
You're acting like she's the criminal. Clark, or whatever his real name is. Martha is the most honest, loyal, kind person in the world. Miss
Touching that
Jennings,
clock.
you guys have to do everything in your power to get her back, and you'll see I'm right.
I understand her father being this
Just
way.
promise me this. Promise me you won't give up.
What do you expect him to do?
No one's giving up.
They can't go waltzing over to Russia to try and find her.
Paige, we talked with some of the people we work with. We have colleagues in Ethiopia.
But if there's any chance, you should let her know that we're doing everything we can.
Yeah.
If the ring is indeed a tape, could just be a threat.
We might have to leave.
Hello?
Are you serious?
Wake up and smell the coffee.
We're not there yet.
Are you serious?
Yes!
Paige.
Henry, too?
We couldn't leave him behind.
Go back to Russia? I've never been to Russia.
We know.
What, are we going to speak Russian? What are you going to do there? You can't be Russian spies in Russia.
You don't shut up, you're going to
We
disappear.
have nothing to do with this.
You created all of this situation. At times I feel as though Paige is too grown up for her years, and other times
sweetheart.
she's a
It's on
child.
the northwest corner.
I'll see you in half an hour.
We're in Thailand.
Don't buy me anything.
Oh, shit.
Sorry to bother you, Mr. Gadd.
Oh.
We're not here to hurt you. Please. You should listen to us.
And if I don't want to listen to you?
I think you'll be making a mistake.
Oh, hell. Okay, that's bad. He's gonna bleed out. And you just stuck it. Yeah. He's gone.
Прости.
They were trying to recruit him. Now that's gonna look like a hit.
Извини меня.
You might want to leave the hotel room.
Пошли.
Yeah. FBI deputy accidentally falls through a pane of glass in Thailand as soon as he leaves. Oh, he's swapping the tapes over, isn't he? Okay. It's been a while since they've gone to this part of the story.
What I miss?
An owl. I'm not sure, but it made an owl sound. I mean, he's my age, but he's...
Young.
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay, she's dating someone else. Right, okay.
Plenty
We
more
have moved on.
efficiency.
Like you would know.
Gotcha.
Dad doesn't work at the State Department.
He took another job?
No, he never worked there. He works for the CIA. You believe that?
I don't know. How do you know?
He told me. Everything in my life makes sense suddenly.
You told anyone?
You? Do you think it's cool that he's an FBI agent?
Have you not learned your lesson?
For me, he, never really talked about it. Now that I'm around more, he's chatty about everything, so...
Well, that's good.
Yesterday, he told me he went out with this guy who was the dad of the secretary in his office who was a spy.
What do you mean? His secretary was a spy?
Oh,
no, not his secretary. He's just
worse.
investigating it.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah,
I'm
she
so
just
shocked.
disappeared. And the father's really broken up. So tell me about church.
Oh, it's,
No, let's
it's
carry
the
on
Reed
talking
Street
about
Church.
spies.
Our pastor is missing.
What?
He's on a famine
Feels she needs to talk to somebody about
to
it.
Ethiopia, and he just disappeared.
Paige, you won't believe it.
Found him.
They're okay.
What?
They ran out of gas, they tried to walk, and they got lost, but they're fine.
So it was a coincidence.
That's great. That's really great.
God is good.
I'm so relieved.
Me too. I feel like I can breathe again.
When's he coming back?
Tomorrow?
Oh, thank God.
I know. Paige, honey, I've never been scared like that before. I mean, I'm married to a minister.
Yeah, I know.
The threats came out, though, didn't they?
Please tell your parents I'm sorry.
No, you need to be doing that.
I don't know, but something is wrong.
Indeed.
Patty, I don't know what. I'm sorry. Please, just call. I really want to talk.
Oh, you must feel like crap. But she's used to.
He got lost. They ran out of gas.
What happened?
They were trying to find their way back the whole time, and then they just showed up. Alice feels really bad about what she said.
But by Paige and everybody involved jumping to conclusions, both at Paige, his wife, and then Paige trying to discuss it with her parents, or rather shouting out questions, has let her know just precisely if things go south with this or anything else where your parents have to run, that's what you'll be dealing with.
The hardest thing we do in our jobs
Is keeping this going.
is trust.
Yeah, it's keeping this going.
We never know for sure if other people are telling us the truth.
And now that we told you about us, you're part of that.
I don't think we should ask Alice for the tape right now.
You don't?
I was going to, but she didn't bring it up, and it felt weird. I just felt it would be better to wait.
I think that sounds smart.
No, that's sensible.
When are you going to tell Henry? I mean, you are going to tell him at some point, right?
Not unless they need to.
Я не знаю, стоит ли продолжать на него рассчитывать.
Угу.
В прошлый раз сроки нашего задания...
Да. Спасибо.
Там операция пошла не по плану.
Что случилось?
Может быть, вообще ее не стоило планировать.
Oh, come on, really? I was waiting for a jaw drop moment there then for a minute. Do we know?
Stan,
I just heard some news.
Yeah, we know.
There's gonna be an announcement, and I don't know any details, but Gad is dead.
Like a heart attack?
I don't know.
No details.
On his trip?
I just don't know anything.
It's going to look like an accident, because it kind of was. He tried to run, but that's just going to look
All hands
like...
on deck. Wolf's got an announcement to make.
So it's going to be, but he's not going to buy that for a second.
Sometimes the best move in this business is having a little bit of luck. Are you ready to move to get the codes?
Yeah, I think so.
What's the problem?
Nothing. There's no problem.
You can see there is.
You know, it's possible for people like us who give everything to our country and the world to forget ourselves.
What if we couldn't get in this way?
You've already done the hard part.
Yeah, you have.
No. The next part's the hard part. After that, they'll never recover.
Elizabeth, let's ask. Before we take the last step, I'll ask them to look for another way in. There's no harm in asking.
Before you blow up the family.
We don't know everything they know.
Because she just doesn't want to do this to either of them.
Yes.
Yeah. Interesting. That was a good episode. Because everything was about to just go ballistically nuclear and out of control there. Because we pretty much got more or less at the start that Pastor Tim has gone missing. And obviously the wife gone into panic mode and come around threatening, saying she doesn't care and she's going to go to the Justice Department and blah, blah, blah. And I've got a tape and all in front of Paige, which in turn put Paige on the defensive, asking, well, what will happen? Are you involved in this? Is Russia involved in this? And then seeing both parents having to go, look, if we've got to run, we've got to go. Well, what about me? What do you think? All of you, Henry, everybody. So she's seen a possible divergent future there. If something else were to happen, now that we know that Pastor Tim just wandered off and got lost. But Oleg there, Vasily there, getting that folder, and he's saying an operation didn't go as planned, and then it left it. Is that what the plan was? Is that what the plan was, to have him go wandering off and they missed him, or they couldn't locate him, or something didn't go as planned and it has gone completely over their head? I don't know. I'd be intrigued to know. But it didn't tell us. We just got that snippet piece of information and that was it. I think it's a little bit fucking rude, to be honest, of the pastor's wife to just go, oh, tell your parents I'm sorry. You barged into their house and threatened them, and then you want to pass on a apology through their door, knowing the circumstances. Wow. And we've just seen there at the end that she doesn't want to go through to this next step, if at all possible, because it's destroying a family here, a happy family here. And the involvement and the attachment, of course, is always an issue. But, you know, when we first started off this series, Elizabeth was like fucking Terminator. She was totally committed, never allowed any of that to get in and affect her. And the further in we're getting, the more it's affecting the pair of them. And now the seed is planted with Stan's son, whose name I can't remember, just with that little conversation with Paige about her saying the pastor's gone missing, and then him saying about his father investigating some secretary who was a spy. Is more going to come of that? I feel like they're setting that up there. Might be, might not be, or it might be was just trying to lead us in this episode to think that it was all still going to go wrong. But anything still can at this point, because people don't keep secrets. People open their mouth. Like her just telling him that her father's the head of the CIA. I mean, I know he knows, but you're not supposed to divulge this information. Some secrets are best kept where they are. I enjoyed that. That was good. So, Gad. We know why he was being approached, because in effect he's been fired. So they're expecting him to be possibly open to the suggestion of defecting or turning or whatever you want to call it. And that lasted about a minute before he tried to run and impaled himself on the window. And obviously now that's going to get back to the FBI, which is going to set Stan off once the details come through. Someone goes on holiday that you know very well, that you've worked with, and you know why they lost their job, and you know all the details and all the context of it, and he tells you he's going off to Thailand just to relax, and the next minute he's found dead in his hotel room, impaled by glass. He's gonna put two and two together here and get the correct answer. But as regards investigative area of going to Thailand with the FBI and looking at what's probably not going to be classed as a crime scene, it's just going to be classed as an accidental death. Probably not. But Stan's not going to stand for that. I don't see it. I don't see it. Right, that was good. There's more to come. I will be back with episode 11 next week. Don't forget to hit the sub for the channel if you haven't already, guys. I would appreciate it. And if you do want to watch any of them, they're all available over on Patreon. If you want to go over there and possibly sign up, that helps this channel tremendously. But all the information is there for you to check out the full archive and library that's available. Right then, I will see you for episode 11 next. Take care.